So, we got these blue points by doing the normal things we do for sine. We know they're maxing out at 3, minimizing at -3. Here's where they're 0. We know that cosecant is the reciprocal of all that stuff. So if you put 1 over 0, that's a no-no. You can't divide by 0. So if the sine's going to be 0, we can't divide by that. These all have to become big, beautiful, bold asymptotes that say, hey, if your graph touches this fence, crosses this fence, the big comet comes and destroys us all. You cannot divide by 0. Not allowed. Not allowed. Now, this point is where the sine was equal to 1, or I guess -1, whatever, but then multiplied by that 3. So for cosecant, it's still, reciprocal of 1 was still 1. It's still multiplied by that same number. So it's still going to have this point, this point. These are all going to stay what they were. And I'll also mention, like sine in this area would have been something like this. So these are really small positive numbers. And they're getting, as we approach this asymptote, they're getting smaller and smaller, but they're still positive. Smaller and smaller. 1 over tiny positive is really, really big. And the tinier we get, the bigger the other thing gets. So it's going to be up here like this. Shazam, Shazam. Shazam, Shazam. For this guy, the sign would have been something like this bad boy. So these are really small negative numbers, and these negative numbers are again getting closer and closer to 0. So the reciprocals are getting even further away from 0, really negative, but really large, like this. Shazoom. Oh, boom. So this blue graph, that's my answer. That's how I do it. If I can do sine, I can do cosecant. Zeros of sine become vertical asymptotes, and these maximal and minimal points remain. Check it out. I'm not. That's not true. I was going to say they remain maximum and minimum points within their little area of definition. That's the minimum, and that's the maximum. But I can't really call that a minimum because these are smaller. But you know what I'm saying. So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you now see why I was like going on and on about how asymptotes work and why dividing by 0 is a bad thing. And we're just going to use all the things we know about sine and cosine to do pretty much freaking everything else. That's it. I hope you guys enjoy this, man.